All right. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. A very good morning to you watching us live. Welcome back to the trading room, TD Markets Academy, TD Markets Exchange. All right. Welcome back, everyone. The first one for Wednesday. We are 3 minutes after 9:30. We're going to jump straight into it. Let me just mark the register, acknowledge everyone who's in the chat, right? We've got about 19 people watching us this morning. If you're watching us for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. We welcome you to the community. Please subscribe to the channel, all right? The usual suspects, AV Trader as always, Mark, Jules as always, welcome, right? We've got Particles, Cody, we've got Kele, Luminate, Luminatus, something like that. Intel V Pro, Dixon, Mashimo. Welcome, guys. And to you who's not commenting, who's not, we welcome you. We welcome you. All right, it's a Monday. Boosie, welcome. Definitely a big welcome to everyone joining us for the first time. The links are on the chat, guys, right? If you want to open up an account with us, TD Markets, a trading account, our website is tdmarkets.com. The link is on the chat. We've got different types of accounts that you can use, all right? When you click on account types, you will notice we've got different types of accounts you can use with all the information for each account, yeah? Try them out. We've got a crypto account as well. Try them out, see what works for you, yeah? See what works for you, TDMX. And also we do have the exchange as well. We do have the exchange as well. If you want to trade derivatives, crypto derivatives live in our platform, that is TD Markets Exchange. All right. Our website is tdmarkets.io. Yep. Education as always. We also do have education, right? If you want to learn how to better your understanding of the markets, how to better your understanding of the charts, your interpretation, how to develop a solid trading plan, how to make it work, we are there, right? TD Markets Academy. You need a trading account for you to attend our education, yeah? Great stuff. Tabang, we can see you. Welcome, yeah? Tanya, good morning, welcome. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Wednesday. Halfway through, a lot is going to be happening later on this year. We spoke about the Jackson Hole Symposium on Monday, all right? The annual conference called Jackson Hole Economic Forum, Economic Symposium, where the world leaders, central bankers, policymakers meet in Jackson Hole. And they're going to be discussing economic issues, financial issues impacting those economies. So the markets are waiting. The markets are waiting for Friday. It's a 3-day event. It starts tomorrow. It continues all the way till Saturday. But the markets are waiting for that Friday, which is day 2. Why? Because the Fed chair is going to give his keynote speech. And we all know that during the past 3 FOMC meetings, the Fed chair hasn't really given forward guidance or hints. That is not his communication style. He said during the press conference that the markets must rely on incoming data, which is what? Which is your reports, your inflation reports, which is your jobs reports, right? The markets must rely on those, not relying on any hints they would give, right? You also mentioned that they are thinking of reducing the FOMC meetings, right? A central bank should have minimum 4 meetings in a year. In 12 months, a central bank should have 4 meetings. But the FOMC, I think it has 8 to 10 meetings a year, right? 8 to 10 meetings. So there are talks that they may reduce those meetings, which this is something that has not caught fire as yet. But once it catches fire, then the market will have reason to move. So this coming Friday, definitely the markets will have reasons to move. This coming Friday, the markets will be listening in on his keynote speech, and then yeah, we know, anything he says that the markets believe will give hints, heading into the next meeting, the markets will have reason to react. All right. So yeah, so that is happening later on, right? It's been a little bit slow so far this week, but I think now from today, tomorrow, we are likely going to see movements. Yep. So just a bit of a brief fundamental outlook. Tado, good morning. 28 people watching us live. Let's get on the charts, right? Let's see what has happened. Now, a few changes, well, not changes, but a couple of updates, all right, with what we spoke about. We spoke about quite a lot. On my watch list for this week, I had commodities, the yen pairs, as well as the indices. That was my watch list for this week, right? I didn't particularly focus on the dollar, but we went over the dollar. All right. So we're going to start with the commodities to see what happened and what could happen, during the course of this week. Yeah. So silver. Oh, we've got gold and silver, right? Now let's talk about what happened here. Now, remember with silver yesterday, I gave you guys two possibilities, and silver was trading here at that point in time, somewhere here. We said that the first possibility is that this is going to continue going down. That is the first possibility. The second possibility was that because of this high, price could go back and tap that high, slightly break that high, and then go down again. This is what we spoke about yesterday. The same with gold. Gold, we said that, look, this thing, the first possibility is that we're going to drop. The second possibility, because of that high, is that we're going to go up to that high and then do this afterwards. There we go. Right? Now, silver, look at what silver did. Silver didn't break out of this range, right? Out of this consolidation here. It looked like it was breaking out yesterday, but it didn't fully break and close below. And then it pushed up back to this high again, right? So usually when you have price action like this, you would notice that, as per my previous analysis, you would notice that I would wait for price to break that high. And then at any point around the zone, I'm looking for a push down. All right. So this one broke the high. This one extended its leg. So you can see that price went down and then went up again to tap this high. Here. Let me do this. It went back up again to tap that high, and seems like that extension is complete now, right? Seems like it is complete. Looking at where we're coming from, this resistance. So most of the time you would get price going down from here, right? Going down, giving us a high and then going down. So this move up here could have been because of something. Maybe there was liquidity around here. Maybe there was a lower time frame supply zone. Yeah, exactly. There we go. I didn't see the supply area. So there was a 50-minute supply zone that formed. Yeah, I didn't even see that one. All right. So this explains why price went up one more time to spike, to sweep this high, and then now it's coming back. So what does this mean now? It means you see all of this information because this is a pattern here. It's a pattern. We have the first test, the first break, and market went down slightly, didn't go all the way down. It extended, and now it swept that high, reacted on the supply zone. So the sweep of this high and the bounce from the supply zone completes this formation. It completes this formation, right? The formation was already complete when it was here. So because it has this information as well, it completes this this formation. So all we'll be looking for now is a move towards the downside. There. So let's go to the 1 hour. What we'd be looking for is the move towards the downside. All right. So this is the update on silver. This is the update on silver, right? So This one then will be looking for silver to come back down to this low. We'd be looking for silver to come back down to these lows. One more time. One more time. Right? As long as it swept that high, it reacted on the supply zone, then momentum here is bearish. All right. So an update on silver. And then you've got gold. Gold also did the same thing. And there was a trading opportunity actually on gold, right? So it did the same thing as well. So this one, let me just update. Yeah. So this one also, right? It aggressively went down in the afternoon yesterday, and then boom, it went back up. So it didn't fully commit towards the downside. It went back up to test that high, and then there we are going down now. So it broke that high, gave us a new high, and now we're going down. So you see this one, it's complete as well. So from here on, we are going back down to at least this low. To at least this low. Right there. All right. So silver and gold, yeah, these ones are bearish, right? These ones are bearish. Now looking at, let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys something. You see, all right, let me rather do this. Now this is how silver is looking. I'm going to show you. Now we've got this now. All right. If you look at your 1 hour, 4 hour chart, you'll notice that silver went back to the top, to these highs again. And then we have the lows down here. We've got the lows down here. So probabilities are high. We are coming back to this low. Probabilities are high. We're coming back down to this low. And then you know what's most likely to happen after that. It's gonna be this. It's gonna give us this. It's gonna give us this. Right? I wanna show you guys this formation. In fact, this whole formation here. Because it's creating a formation, yeah? A formation like this. Right, you see what happened? We went down, completed that low, and then price went up, right? So we are getting a similar thing here. Price coming back down. It seems like it might not go all the way down there. And then from here on, we have this. So this is the information now we are getting on silver now. That's why I told you guys that, hey, if you miss a sell, don't miss this one. Don't miss the buy. Because that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the buy. I'm waiting for the buy. Some like this. Some like this. Some like this. All right. And then you look at gold. Gold, the same thing. So gold is also giving us that corrective pattern we spoke about, which is similar to this one here. Right. Let me show you. Let me show you. So this. Whoa. There we go. So this is the pattern. It's similar to that previous one. So where is this going? This is coming back to these lows. To these lows. And then from there, it will then complete the pattern and give us a trend continuation. It's going to give us a trend continuation. So if you miss the short-term sell, don't miss this one, this buy. Right? Short-term sell, don't miss this buy. All right. So yeah. So this is what's happening with gold and silver. This is where we are with silver. So anticipating silver today, tomorrow, for the rest of the week to give us this move. If it changes entirely, we'll come back and reanalyze, right? But for this week, one more push down on silver. That's what I'm anticipating. On gold, also one more push down. That's what I'm anticipating. All right. let's do this. Okay, no, we'll go back to the DXY just now. And then the JPYs are still correcting. All right, the JPYs are still correcting. You've got Euro Yen. Euro Yen didn't continue pushing up. It's now back down here. So this is what Euro Yen is doing. It's creating a larger structure and pattern also, right? So we still have this week of this candle. This candle now is trying to tap this zone, all right? So if you go to your 4 hour, if you go to your 4 hour, if you go to the 4 hour, right? So we could be making another low. So meaning that any move towards the upside here, I would look for it from these levels down here, right? So it seems like it's trying to come back for the low again to complete that pattern and then go up one more time. So I'll be watching this low. I'll be watching this low. All right. So this one, so what happened here is this was a complete pattern here, right? It was a complete pattern similar to the previous ones to this. So then what happened here is that this flag is turning into a flat pattern, right? There's a flag and a flat. So it's expanding itself. So now the direction is still there, just that this one, for it to create a regular flat pattern, it would come back for the low, right? It would come back for the low, something like this. Come back for the low and then go up again. So I would then look for my entry down here, anywhere around this area. Not exactly on the like this trend line, but just anywhere around this area to catch the continuation of this, right? So the trend is still intact. It's still intact. All right. Euro JPY, this is how it's looking. GBP JPY is now creating a correction, right? Now it's creating a correction. Let me do this. All right. So I'm still bullish on this. So now this correction, this is how we are looking. Let me see. Yeah, I think this one, let's give it a bit of time because I'm seeing more than one pattern. All right, the possibilities I'm seeing here is more than one pattern. So I think we need to just give it a bit of time. But what I can see is this has the potential to come back down to this low. Whether it's going to break the low first or tap the low, it doesn't matter. But I see it coming back down to this low before any move towards the upside. So it could break the low first. It could break the low first, give us a new low, and then do this afterwards. But I just want us to give it a bit of time, right? I can also see the possibilities of this doing this, giving us a formation like this where it could still be similar to the first possibility, but the formation would be a different one, something like this. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just wait to see what price will do here, and then it's going to be clear as to what price is trying to do, right? So GBP JPY, just standing by on that one, but I'm looking for this, right? That continuation up. So Euro JPY creating that formation, looking for the continuation up. GBP JPY also doing something similar. Looking for this move towards the upside anywhere from these areas, because it's below the low. It's below this low. And then you look at CAD JPY also doing something similar to Euro JPY. So CAD JPY, right? So this is also a correction. So it gave us this before, right? It gave us this before, similar to this. And then now what's happening is it is creating a bigger correction here. So what does this mean? It means we are now looking at this now. At this, right? It's not about the trend lines, just to show you how the correction is. So we have broken this low. We have broken this low here. At any point around this area, we're looking for a continuation up. Right? I think they're all doing the same thing. They are all doing the same thing. They are still correcting. They are still correcting. So it broke this low. It's about to complete the structure. So just anywhere around this area, we're looking for a second low. Unless it does this. Unless it goes back down to this week. Right? Unless it comes back down to this week, which I think it could still do that. Unless it comes back down to this week, then I'm gonna look for continuation. All right. So momentum is still bullish. This is CAD JPY. Don't sleep on this move. You see this move? Don't sleep on this move. That is the move. You know, even if you keep this, even if you have this in your watch list, CAD JPY only on its own, you see this move, you won't regret this move. You won't regret waiting for this move. You won't regret waiting for this move. And this is the same with NZD JPY. Yeah, you see now how we're getting the second possibility. One more push down and then this. So NZD JPY also 99 is still the target I have. 99 there. So this is the move. Right, the market is already going up, so just continue this. All right, so what is NZD JPY doing? It's doing exactly what the other yen pairs are doing. We are getting a corrective structure here, and this low, excuse me, the market, you know, according to this formation, the market is most likely going to break this low first before we go up. And let me see the 8 hour. Yeah, so I'd be looking for buys around this area. Let the market reject this area. I'd be looking for buys around this area for my setups around this area for this towards the upside, right? So yeah, so they are all correcting. They're all correcting. Swiss JPY as well, right? Swiss JPY didn't go up, it went down again, but it's still correcting. It's doing what Euro JPY is doing. Still correcting, right? So it came back down to maybe fill this week, looking for that low, and then from there on, looking for this. You know, the oil prices have been going down recently. Look at the oil price. The oil price has been going down. So the CAD is a commodity currency. It benefits from rising oil prices. So you look at your UK oil, your US oil, they've been pushing down, right? To be honest, I have not been keeping up to date with the trade tension, with the US-Iran conflict. I haven't been keeping up to date. Maybe there was a headline, maybe there's a rumor for oil to drop like this, right? I'll just have a look at that. Maybe something was said, or yeah, I don't know, but I'll check it out. So falling oil prices, we've got the CAD now weakening from falling oil prices. That's why CAD JPY has given us one more push down, because the outlook, let's go back to CAD JPY, right? Because the outlook was that we are gonna make one more push. Let's do this. We're gonna start going up from these lows. All right, so we went down one more time, so still looking for a continuation towards the upside. So going back to Swiss yen is also doing what the rest of the yens are doing, right? So I'm still sticking to the same direction when it comes to the yen. They are correcting at the moment, so we just have to wait for those corrections, but the direction is still intact, still there. All right. And then just to conclude my watch list here quickly, and then I showed you guys the indices here that I'm looking for a continuation on the indices. That is your NASDAQ as well as your US 30. All right. So this is what has happened. US 30. Yeah, no, this one was pinpoint. All right. So when US 30 was going down yesterday, I told you guys I'm not interested in this sell, right? I want to trade in line with the structure, so not looking for the sell, I'm looking for the buy. And price came exactly to the area I anticipated, you know, the higher low to form, somewhere around this zone here. So US 30 now, this is how it's looking. If you look at the structure here, guys, if you look at the structure, you will notice that, well, let me just remove these. You will notice that we came back to this high. We came back to that high. But before we did that, you see how the structure was bearish, right? And then every time price pushed up within the structure, notice how small these corrections were. So every time we had a push towards the upside, it was small, and then price fell. But now look at how explosive this move is. Definitely it's trying to shift the structure towards the upside. That's how you would interpret this. The fact that it came back to this aggressive drop here, even that this internal structure right here, even this internal structure, right? It broke above that internal structure, it came back here. So the fact that it broke this is trying to shift the structure towards the upside. It's trying to shift the structure towards the upside. So the idea now would be, we got, there are signs that we are starting to get our higher low here. Signs are there now, right? And if that's the case, then we're likely going to see price breaking out of the channel. Well, okay, it broke out of the channel. There we go. Look at that. Nice little channel. Price broke out of the channel, gave us a slight retest. Now, from here on, I'd be looking for this, either back to this zone or all the way up to that high. Right? So your setups, look for your setups. Let me check the 8 hour. Yeah, look for your setups. All right. NASDAQ has been a bit of a wild card. Let me go to the M15. Let's do this. No, let's keep this. Let's remove this. Yeah, it's been a bit of a wild card. It doesn't seem to be breaking. So remember, we're still trading within the structure, right? So now price gave us this low here, right? So now you see, okay, let me just zoom in and explain this, right? Looking at how price bounced from this low, right? So we are getting something like this now. So this whole thing is a pattern. It's a pattern like this, right? Great stuff. So now what we're getting is a continuation here that is giving us signs that price is ready now to go back up. So signs that this is our higher low. This is our higher low. And this was the previous high. It's a lower high, but I'm just gonna mark it as a high. So now signs are there, right? Looking at this price action, signs are there that this is our higher low. And then from there on, we are creating a bullish structure, which the next high could be somewhere there. So meaning the idea, something like this. That's the idea. The idea, something like this. All right. We could have different interpretations, but my point is, if this higher low holds price, the previous high is here. The most recent previous high, according to this wave pattern, this impulse, this correction, it's that one there. So what does this mean? It means now that could be a target. This could also be a target. That could also be a target. So I'm really looking for a buy now, right? I think the signs are there. I think now we complete. So we didn't really go up from there. You would notice that price did not break. It was just ranging here. It was just ranging here. Had it broken towards the upside, then yeah, then I would have found a trade. We came back down, and we came back down to complete this. Came back down to complete this. So now we are going up aggressively. There's a continuation pattern here, right? These are just basic wave patterns. Yeah, nothing funky, nothing. The fib is not needed even here, because these are just the interpretation of this market at the moment on the M15 is also based on wave patterns, right? I mean, maybe some of you guys who are trading SMCs, you might be seeing SMC concepts there, right? But keeping it very simple, these are just wave patterns we're seeing here. So we get the break towards the upside. I see NASDAQ pushing back to that high there, right? If it breaks that high, we're going back to that high. And then this would ultimately break out of this. That is, my thought process as I'm looking at NASDAQ. All right. So this was my watch list, right? This was my watch list. The yen pairs are correcting. They are correcting. The indices were also correcting, but now I think it's time for them to move. And then you've got the gold and the silver, which they are trading within a big correction. All right. And then we also looked at the dollar. We looked at Euro USD, GBP USD. Let's go back to them. But before we do that, let me open up the DXY. Let's see what's happening with the DXY. All right. Great stuff. Let's do this. There we go. So what you see is the DXY, right? So the DXY, nothing has changed on the DXY. It's looking for the low. The DXY is looking for the low here. And looking at those spikes, we are creating a low around that area. So that 99.3, 99.5, 99.3, that is the area we anticipate the DXY to go to. All right. So let me do this. This is the daily time frame. Whoa. What's happening here? Anyway, so I'm gonna draw that structure. Draw the structure as well. So this is where the lows, this is where the spikes were. Price went up to break the structure. So now it's trying to retest because now we have a new structure that formed here. The new structure that formed there. So it's trying to retest or to correct. On your much lower time frame, this is how it's looking. It's looking, right? So what I would do here is I would take this as price creating a pattern. Price creating a pattern like this, a wedge, right? If you're familiar with the classic patterns, we would see that price is trying to create a wedge here before the last move towards the, well, not the last move, but before the continuation. Before the continuation, right? Before the continuation. Let me do this. Yeah, this, I see a lot of things now. This spike is worrying me. It's worrying me. It's worrying me. This spike is worrying me because we could get another spike down here. So we could get another spike down here before price goes up. So it's a bit of a worry now. But if price is going to do this, it's going to give us this pattern, which could either be like this or could be like this. It could end up coming back down to this low before it goes up, right? I mean, we'll have to wait for price to confirm this, but it could try to do this, come back down to this low, maybe spike it before it goes up again. Yeah, we'll just have to wait for price to see if it will confirm this. But overall, this is still bullish overall, right? After that massive drop and where price is right now, right? We're looking for one more push, or just one more push, right? We're not looking at this going all the way up as yet. No, back to that supply zone. There's a supply zone right here. And then from there, maybe we could get a continuation down. Maybe, we'll see. So the idea is to take advantage of this possible correction. I'm using the word possible because it could be a continuation up as well. So for now, just a possible correction. Yeah, this one is gonna need like an extra day, a day or two. All right. So as a result, if you look at the dollar pairs, Euro USD. So Euro USD, it's still creating this pattern now. This pattern is getting bigger now. It's getting bigger. So we went back to this top. You see this top here? Try to go down. So now we're going up. So now it's creating a bigger pattern as well. Just like the DXY. Creating a bigger pattern as well. So seems like it's trying to go back to the zones again before it drops. It's trying to go back to those zones before it drops, right? Yeah, seems like it's trying to go back to this high again. It could go as far as this high. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it does what silver did, break that, sweep that, and then go there before It does this. So I wouldn't be surprised. This is what I would actually wait for. Yeah, so Euro USD, we've got this big correction that's forming. So we need to wait for it to form. So seems like it's trying to go back to the top. So let's see what's going to happen around that top there. All right. The GBP USD hasn't done much. Look at that. There's just been gaps on gaps on gaps. There's a gap now. There's a gap. This candle opened here. The previous one closed there. So you've got this gap here, right? It did go to close the gap, but there was a gap there, which was this one. So it went up to close the gap. So now look how it's looking. This whole thing here, this whole thing is a big correction here. It's a corrective pattern, this whole thing. So it's looking something like this. It's looking something like this. Something like this, which there's a possibility for this, this leg would be an opportunity. This leg would be the opportunity before we eventually go up. So it's creating a formation also. Yeah, it's creating the formation also. So I would love to see GBP USD go down, all the way down here. I would love to see this happen. GBP USD go down, just like GBP AUD. GBP AUD, right? Look at GBP. There was a trading opportunity as well on GBP AUD. Remember, with GBP AUD, we are keeping a close eye. We are just trying to see if price will give us this move down, which is most likely going to break that low and give us a new low. Something like this. Something like this. Right? Give us a new low. So this is what we are watching out for. So any trading opportunities you would get, you would just move your stops to break even and then just let it run. Let it run, let it run, let it run. So I'm going to use the same plan for GBP USD to see if it's going to give us this push down all the way down to this low, right? So any trades I get here, I'm not going to have a TP order, but just the TP, a psychological TP area that I would see if price will reject. But my stops, I'm going to move my stops to break even. The more it goes, I'm moving it all the way down. I'm trailing my stops basically. And then see if we're going to get this move, because this would be a nice move. This would be a nice move. All right, similar to this one. Similar to this one. Right here. So the corrections you would get are trading opportunities. Trading opportunity to sell the trend. Yeah, that's what's on my mind as I'm looking at GBP USD, right? If it changes all of this, we'll just reanalyze, not a problem. Reanalyze. So yeah, so this one, there's nothing much. It's still trading in the same place. It's gonna need, yeah, it's just trading in the same place. There's nothing much to do on this one. Euro USD is also still correcting. Seems like it's looking for that lower high around the 61.8 maybe. All right. So this is how things are looking, guys. There are movements nonetheless. There are movements, just that they are delaying. If if we can say, the movements on the JPY are a little bit delayed. So we're going to have to wait for the JPY. Well, yeah, we're going to have to wait for the JPY. A little bit delayed. The commodities are moving now. Now things are a little bit clear with the commodities. We're going down one more time. So this would be the focus for today, actually. The commodities, the focus for today. Let me do this. We have the core PCE. The core PCE later on at 2:30. The core PCE report, the GDP as well. These are high impact dollar reports. Yeah, so we'll see if they're gonna change our setups, our dollar setups. We'll just have to wait and see. The PCE, it's an inflation report. The Fed also uses the PCE to make decisions on interest rates. So it's one of the important ones. You've got the CPI and the PCE. The preliminary GDP quote unquote as well. Yeah, so let's see if they will change. If they will change the dollar setups we just looked at. All right. So this is how things are looking, guys. This is how things are looking. It's a Wednesday. Now there are movements now. It's a Wednesday. There are movements now. So yeah. So this is how things are looking. Yeah. Unless there's something that I missed, which we spoke about yesterday. Let's see. All right. Great stuff. All right. So, like I said, things are moving. Let's see during the course of the day how the commodities are going to fare, how the commodities are going to play out. Yeah. The yen, I think the yen, we're going to wait a day, an extra day. But the commodities, they are moving now. Yeah. Great stuff. Guys, that's it from my side. It's been a good one. The 9:30 session. If you're watching this for the first time, put a like or a subscribe. Just subscribe to the channel there. Like the session. We'll come back again later on at 12. Yeah. Let's see what's going to happen. Cheers. Have a good morning. Enjoy your breakfast and catch you later on.